Meanwhile, in West Los Angeles at the Maplewood Clinic in the waiting room, Jennifer and Michael are waiting. I cannot believe I'm so nervous about going through this. Why do I get the distinct feeling nobody knows? That's because they don't, and I'm expecting you to keep it like that. Meanwhile, at the Lakewood Ridge Manor in Rita and Adam's bedroom, Rita and Adam are talking. If you honestly think that I'm just gonna throw our marriage away, then you silly don't know me as well as you think. So you better sit and wait. Yes, because I love you so much and I always will. I love you, but I really need some time from here to clear things off. I know there's more to why you're leaving. Actually, there is. Meanwhile, at the Palmdale Ridge Manor in the living room, Rachel and Patrick are talking. If you want a restraining order, all you gotta do is ask. There's no need. Well, at least not yet. It just seems my dad doesn't want to take a hint. You know, even though he doesn't want to admit it, I know there's more to why he wants a father and son. Even so, I don't want part of any whatever scheme he's playing at. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles courthouse in the trial room, Elizabeth, Grayson, and Rex are talking. It's about time I make a deal with you. And what would that be, Dad? If your mom and I get you off this charge, you will have to move us to Chicago, and that's not a request. Fine. And as the prosecutor and the DA came in and went and stand on the other side, it's about to begin. And as Elizabeth went and stand behind them while the bailiff came out, all rise, and as everyone got up, just as the judge came in and went and sat down. You may be seated. And as everyone sat down, just as Shannon came and went to where Grayson is. We're here for the arraignment of Rex Underwood on the charge of the hit and run and reckless endangerment. Now, would the defendant please rise? And as Grayson and Rex stand up. Meanwhile, in the conference room, Lucas is waiting till Adrian came in and closed the door and went to where Lucas is, who saw, and as she went and sat across from him. I got your text to meet you here. It sounds very urgent. Yeah, it is. What is it then? I'm ending things between you and I. Meanwhile, at the Bayside Diner, Josh was filling an application. Tahana came to where he is and went inside his booth and saw what her son's doing. Sounds to me that you're staying, and as Joshua saw's mom, seems I am. Where's your wife? Nicole's about to become my ex-wife. Yeah, you heard me right, Mom. Our marriage is over for good. Does this have to do with Nicole's job as a model for the Good Charm International? Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment and Carl and Olivia's apartment in the bedroom, Olivia and Carl are lying on top of their bed. Every single thing I've done is to ensure my future to my son and you as my wife. And I know some of my methods were dodged. It's okay. Not another reason. I kind of find that very sexy. Really? Because you weren't too thrilled. Now I am. In fact, I love on how men can take control. And right now, I need my husband all over my body. Did you just quote that from a song? Well, can't hurt, right? I guess not. In fact, and as Carl turned and got his iPhone out and blew to some news to still right now. And as he put his iPhone down and turned and faced Olivia, I love you. I love you too. And as they begin kissing each other, and as Carl took off his shirt, and as Olivia did the same thing, and as Carl got on top of Olivia, and as he began to make sweet passionate love towards his wife. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Aaron's office, Aaron's on his laptop finishing some paperwork. To someone knocking the door. Come in. And as Taya came in, and Aaron saw her, Taya, what brings you here? And as Taya went to where Aaron's desk is, I'm seeing how everyone's doing with the whole situation. Yeah, I cannot believe he's gone. I really miss him. I do too, which is why I'm here, cause I have an idea that just might work. Meanwhile, in the waiting room, Jesse's about to head down the hall. Jesse, wait. And as Jesse stopped, just as Lauren came to where Jesse is, and he turned and faced her. I need to ask you something. What is it? Despite what I did, you think our marriage will work itself out? Yeah, of course I do. But like I said before, it's gonna take a long while till we earn our trust back. You mean you earning the trust, yeah. Thing is, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. Meanwhile, outside the church, Carol and Steve came to it. But Steve stopped Carol. Look, I think we should trust my mom. We can't just leave her alone like this, alright? She's right. And as Jack came to where they are, and Carol and Steve saw him, we need to protect her at all times. And as Joanna came out of the church, and they all saw her. Are you all looking for Ashley? Yeah. Is she in there? Meanwhile, in West Los Angeles at the Maplewood Clinic in the waiting room, Jennifer and Michael are waiting while they're talking. There's got to be more to why you want to abort your baby. Look, I don't want to be a single mom at all. I know you and my sister have to be single parents, but I have my own life to fulfill. Which is what exactly? I don't know, but all I know is I am not ready to have a baby. I know what happened a few years ago or what you did to... I do not want to talk about him. And as a man came to where they are. Jennifer Graham? Yes, this is she. And as Jennifer got up. Now, if you come this way, we can get this started. And as she followed the man towards the back. Meanwhile, at the Lakewood Ridge Manor in Rita and Adam's bedroom, Rita and Adam are talking. So, what exactly are the reasons other than running away from your plots? I'm not doing no runner, really? Because it seems to me you are. Alright, if you really want to know, and as Adam went and sat on the bed, and Rita went and sat beside him. I feel like I'm gonna seriously go off if I don't leave this town. So why you insist on throwing our marriage away? I just want you to be happy. And I am by being married to you. Because we are and always be soulmates. And I think I have a solution. Meanwhile, at the Palmstone Ridge Manor in the living room, Rachel and Patrick are talking. Look, you need not worry, because I am not forcing you to establish a relationship with your dad. Thanks, because I don't. I know all the Grahams are going to hell with John being gone. Yeah. He was such an amazing person to go to for advice. You know, even though I've only known him for a short period of time, I can see that not even fear scares him off. Exactly. So, how's things going between you and Olivia? And as Patrick has a flashback, about to empty one of the patient's room, but saw Olivia and Carl in a hug. And as the flashback ends, things are fine between us. Now, what about Adria? What are you and Aaron gonna do for her, knowing that she used you two for undercover? And as Joseph came in the room, we'll talk about that later. I have to go. And as Richard got up and went, and left the living room. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles courthouse in the trial room, Rex's arraignment continues. It seems you don't have a bad record, apart from the attempted charge, which was dropped due to the victim's request, but based on what I have here, this accident caused by you being on your phone happen to be texting, I get hundreds of cases like this sit before me, and that does not sit well with me. Now, going forth, how do you plead to this? Excuse me. And as Shannon got up, Your Honor, I've spoken to the DA in terms of a deal that can be proposed. Do you have documentation of this? Yes, Your Honor, we do. I would like to see both copies, please. And furthermore, Counselor, you've been to this court multiple amounts of times, and I will not accept another outburst, especially coming from you. Are we clear? Yes, Your Honor, I apologize. And as Grayson, Shannon, along with the prosecutor and DA all came up to where the judge is. While that's happening, Elizabeth leaned up to where Rex is. What's going on? And as Rex turned, I have no idea. The judge saw what's going on. Young lady, sit back now, or I'll hold you under contempt of court. Is that clear? Meanwhile, in the conference room, Adrian and Lucas are talking. Seriously? You're ending things between us? Where is this coming from? Is it about the damn briefcase the other day? It's not about that. Then what the hell is it? And as Lucas got up, you could have screwed up everything we worked hard in an instant. And as Adrian also got up, I'm sorry. You really need to be careful of what you do. I have worked my damnedest in this family, and I'll be damned to lose everything I care for. I said I was sorry. Sorry isn't gonna cut it. I can't risk you stuffing things up, which is why we're over. I think I know what this is about. Do you really? Yeah, and I'm about to spell it out for you. Meanwhile, at the Bayside Diner, Hannah and Joshua are talking. You know, when she started that job, I didn't realize it would interfere with my marriage as I know it. You really think she, at first, I choose to believe and trusting until I came home when she didn't expect me. And that's when you saw all, right? At first, she tried covering the fact that she was helping Shot in bed, but I'm not a fool. I knew exactly what went down, so I ended it, because I gotta tell you, you have made a wise choice, because honestly, you deserve so much better. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment and Carl and Olivia's apartment in the bedroom, Olivia and Carl are still making love as Carl is continuing making love to Olivia. Soon, Olivia turned Carl over and began making sweet love towards him, and as they enjoyed each other's company. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Aaron's office, Taya and Aaron are talking. So what's your plan? Well, Lauren, Jesse, and I have an idea of a cookout to contribute in John's honor. Well, I'll be happy to sponsor our food. Just tell me when the event will be. I knew you'll be on board, which is why I want you and Will to be in charge. Don't worry, it'll be taken care of, so how are you doing with this? Honestly, I could really use my husband. And I'm not talking about Howard, my new one, but he's off doing his own thing. But overall, I can't believe he's gone. Yeah, I know. But this idea of yours will really help lift the Graham family spirits. Meanwhile, in the waiting room area, Lauren and Jesse are talking till Kristen came to where they are. And Jesse and Lauren turned and saw them. What's going on? Where's my mom? They're all looking for Ashley. Where's Will? He's running some errands at the moment. I think we should do a tribute in honor for John. How about us singing on how we feel? Sounds like a good idea to me. I'll go phone Isabella about the proposal. And as Jesse turned and head to the back. Meanwhile, outside the church area, Carol, Joanna, Steve, and Jack are talking. No, she's not in there. Have you? No. Chris and I are worried sick, and we've been wondering about this hospital for hours. Look, she needs us, whether she admit it or not. Which is more importantly, we find her as soon as possible. Let's just hope wherever she is that she's doing alright. And as they all went in the church area and saw Chris, who's at the front row, and as he turned and saw them, and as he got up and went to where they are, and they all saw him. Let me just save you the trouble by saying we haven't seen her at all. It's true, mate. We've been searching everywhere. I know our mom didn't just vanish off the face of the planet. She's gotta be somewhere, and I will search the ends of the earth to find her. Meanwhile, outside the church area, Ashley stopped by and saw Joanna, Chris, Carol, Steve, and Jack talking. Meanwhile, in West Los Angeles at the Maplewood Clinic in the waiting room, Michael's waiting till Jennifer came back to where he is. And as she sat next to him, who saw? What happened? That was Marcus giving me a checkup for my ambush. You know it's not too late to change. I already told you I'm going through this. Will has Kristen and don't need another baby to ruin his life. Speaking of which, what about the baby? I mean, it doesn't even get it will take time, but I can have another one. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about this innocent life you're about to take away. I don't get to why you're getting upset of this. Because I am. If I find out that person I care about is about to take my chance of fatherhood away and not letting me know, it's completely unforgivable. I gotta make a phone call. Fine. And as Michael got up and got his iPhone and turned and walked away. And as Jennifer thinking, just as the woman came to where she is. Jennifer Graham? Meanwhile, at the Lakewood Witch Manor in Rita and Adam's bedroom, Rita and Adam are talking. And what would that be? I know you're gonna leave regardless of what I say, but I'm telling you, please don't walk out on a marriage that we built since Christmas of 2007. That's all I ask. So you're willing to wait for me to clear my mind. I'll wait for you forever as long as I'm around. There's no one else I truly want than you and our kids. Leslie and Max mean the world to me. And I understand. But can you at least spend one more night with me? Meanwhile, at the Palmstone Witch Manor in the living room, Patrick and Joseph are talking. Have you seen Janet? No, not since last night. Why? I'm really starting not to trust the dude. Don't jump to conclusions yet. Anyways, there's another matter concerning our headmaster. Well, headmistress. What's Adrian has I think she hired my mom and dad clearly as a part of her plan. I thought Carl Lucas, if there's a leader amongst them, which is her, and we're gonna expose her before the school ends. You do know the last day of school is approaching soon. All the more reason to hurry and stop her. And as Joseph and Patrick turned and went and left the living room, heading to the front area, and went and left the house. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles courthouse in the trial room, Rex's arraignment continues. And as Shannon, Grayson, the prosecutor, and the DA all went back and took their respective spots. Alright, Mr. Rex Underwood, I'm gonna let you on this deal you've been talking about. If you plead guilty, you'll agree to do community service, not to mention 2 years of probation, providing that you don't get in trouble again for the next 2 years. But if you do plead not guilty, the deal will be off and this will be scheduled for a pre-trial hearing in the fall. So, what do you want to do? I would like to plead, please. And how do you plead? I would like to plead guilty. And as Elizabeth got up and went and left the trial room, and as she took her iPhone out and called her mom Linda. Mom, where the hell are you? Meanwhile, in the conference room, Adria and Lucas are talking. This really should be interesting, and as Lucas sat back down, coming from you. So let's hear it. And as Adria sat back down as well, I really don't get you. Aren't you gonna spell out what I did? You get your little skirt in a twist all because of one little slip up. It's more than that, Adrian. I told you from the beginning of where I stand. I'm a Cullen. I'm destined to fill the Cullen legacy. It was what I was born to do, and I'm not gonna let nobody stand in my way, and that includes you. Which is why you're gonna need me to help you fulfill this legacy. This isn't some game you can tag along for fun and giggles. The fact of the matter is, the Grams and Good Drums are down for the count, thanks to John's departure. This is the perfect time for us to strike. And then what? After you lot wipe out that family, would you be happy? Perhaps, but that is no concern for you. I need to be fully focused on my mission, which is why we're done. Maybe it's for the best. Good. I need you out of the house when I get back. Look, I understand you will be out of your room, but you got a big house. You wouldn't even notice me there, but I would, which is best you leave. And if you're worried about finding a place to live, talk to Harold and he'll take care of you. Excuse me. And as Lucas got up and went and left the conference room. Meanwhile, at the Bayside Diner, Hannah and Joshua are talking. Mom, I've been burnt before, so look, I'm really sorry that your father and I have been so busy in work all that we barely had time to see how you lot are faring. Hey, it's okay. No, it's not. We're gonna see to it whenever you need us. Text us on your phone, okay? As far as Nicole, I'm gonna have a chat with her, because I made my intentions quite clear and I don't very well. I mean what I said. Anyways, I had to head back to the hospital. Why don't you let me buy you a cuppa? Stay for 5 minutes, at least. Meanwhile, at the Applegate apartment and Carl and Olivia's apartment in the bedroom, Olivia is still making sweet love towards Carl. Soon, Carl turned Olivia over, and as he began to make sweet love to Olivia again, and as they enjoyed each other's company. Meanwhile, at the Los Angeles International Hospital in Aaron's office, Taya and Aaron are talking. I know this idea will work. It will. Anyways, I gotta run, but I'll let you know on the details. And as Rachel came in and saw Taya and Aaron, who saw her. What's going on here? I'll fill her in. And as Taya went and left Aaron's office, and as Rachel turned and closed the door. Are you okay? And as Rachel turned and faced her husband. No. I am sick to death of my ex-husband. Try what happened. He's still trying to ask me to take him back, which I already told him that I'm married to you. Probably because of what happened recently. Come on. And as Aaron came to where Rachel is. Where are we going? I think it's time a certain someone answer for what they done. And as Rachel and Aaron went and left Aaron's office. Meanwhile, in the waiting room, Lauren and Kristen are talking. Los Angeles will never be the same without him. I know. And as Kristen's iPhone beeps, and she got it, and it's a text saying, Michael will always be connected to you, and the key lies in your baby. And as Lauren saw the text on Kristen's phone, who the hell would send something so sick? It doesn't say. What is your baby has to, and as Jesse came to where they are, and Lauren and Kristen saw him. What's going on? Meanwhile, in the church area, Joanna, Carol, Chris, Steve, and Jack are talking. Look, we just have to be calm, okay? Driving each other bunkers won't solve squat. I guess you're right. Of course he is. Besides, we need to respect her wish and give her the space she needs. Didn't you say, well, I thought about it, and she does need some time. I think we should start helping with the funeral arrangements. Isabella and Allison, along with the others, has already started on that, but I do have an idea that might work. Meanwhile, in the hallway outside the church area, Ashley's continue watching Joanna, Carol, Chris, Steve, and Jack talking. Don't worry. I'll let you know when I meet you, when the time is right. And as Ashley turned and began walking down the hall, and as she took out her iPhone and looked at the display of the picture of her and her husband while she's walking, till she ran into Taya, and as she looked up and saw Taya there, who also saw her,